Orc is monsters that appear mostly in games, novels, and movies with fantasy settings. Because we were so familiar with them, it was only given that we would have prejudices against them. That orcs are weak monsters. Of course, when compared to other monsters such as dragons and other strong monsters, they certainly are weak, stupid, and just violent. Because of this, new players who are arrogant often jump into a fight against orcs without really thinking too much. Orcs' traits are rather simple. They don't have any tricks other than strength. On average, they are 250 centimeters tall and weight 180 kilograms. Their physical trait give them an overwhelming gap in power against humans, and you will die without doing anything. For this reason, orcs were given the nickname the Wall of Newbies. Before Shin killed the orcs, as they enter the dungeon, they walking the passage. One of the party members is warning the Shin he was not going to get any special treatment for being a newbie, so he was his own here. The porter leader was not happy because it was not long before he has awakened. But Shin has already become player. He thought Shin has become arrogant. Shin replayed to player that he try his hardest to help them, as he realized that no one was nice to a newbie player. The player don't like his reply. Do your best not through his word, but actually do well. Shin smile at him and stay silent at his words. Shin asked him, can he fight on the front lines if they come across the monsters? He looked behind and tell him, is he out of his mind? Before he can complete his sentence, he saw the orc gets behind them. Shin put his hand on his sword and going to start the fight. The player who was talking to Shin rushed to the orc and block him. He tells Shin, is he out of his mind? How can he use his great sword when he moved that slowly? Shin tell him to, don't worry about him. As they both arguing with each other, the orc take this chance and attack the player with his axe. He thought he was going to die from this. The leader used his shield and attacked the orc. He put some distance between them. The orc fall to the ground. The leader tell them to stop the fighting and focus on orc. All the player praised their captain for pushing the orc monster. He tell them to stay behind him as he was going to fight him alone. As the orc fight in simple manners, orc attack him head on. He used his shield and block his attack, then attack with sword. The sword has struck on his chest. He thought the orc has died, but the orc smile and use his axe to attack him. The leader dodged the attack. Shin is seeing their fight. As they continue their fight, the leader was supposed to be the one with highest level. But he's only level 50 player. He can't land any critical hits on the monster. The leader put all his strength into his last attack, an attack on his heart to kill it. Finally, the orc has collapsed and die. All the players get surprised for killing the orc alone. He was happy and turn around. They hear a loud sound of orcs. 6 orcs come from deepest part of the dungeon. All of them gets in panic state, as they are not normal orcs, but all of them are high orcs, and even one of them is armored. The leader has decided to fall back for now, because he can take on normal orc, but all these orcs are high orcs. Shin stepped forward as he wanted to fight all the monsters alone. All the player thought he was out of his mind for fighting all the monsters, as even they can barely fight them. The leader tells Shin to don't do anything ridiculous. He knows that he has awakened. Shin don't listen to him and run toward orcs. He attacked the first orc and killed him with a single strike using his longsword. The orc was split into half. All of them get surprised. They cannot understand what is happening. As Shin is level 1, he cannot kill them with clean cut. After seeing their allies die, the orcs rush at him with full speed to kill him. Even if Shin was still level 1, but he has quite the experience from his past life. He attacked 3 orc and damaged their weak points and killed 3 orcs in single swing. The next orc attacked his head with his axe. He avoided his attack with minimum gap and split his head into 2 with his sword. Shin pulled back and looked at the armored monster. as he was the last one remain. The orc attack him and swing his sword. The single attack has destroyed the surrounding. Shin dodged the attack. He attacked his neck to kill him. But it was too shallow to kill him. The orc turned around and swing his sword at Shin's neck. The attack has stopped before it touched his neck. The orc don't understand what is happening to him. Shin has active his skill, Demon Bash. If someone gets injured with this skill, he cannot move for 2 seconds. As the monster stopped, Shin swung his sword and beheaded the orc. The orc's head has landed on front of his team. They are shocked after seeing this scene. Shin has killed all the monsters alone and standing between their crops. They all have thought it had only been 3 days that he was awakened. They all understand the skill he used is ultra-short hindrance. Even the famous player's best was 1.5 seconds. Isn't he too skilled with the greatsword? The leader was really surprised after seeing his skill, as the skill even work against armored orc. He thought it's only been few days since he has awakened. Where did he get that damn skill? He has leveled up and got the F-rank title Fearless Immature Puppy. It's increased his evasion stat by 10. As he level up, he get 1 free stat point. He already decided which stat to raise. In his previous life, he learned this too late. But the luck stat is directly related to skill hit rates and artifacts drop rates. The leader slowly approached him. He asked him, is he really are Shin Sang-yun? He asked he used the skill was hindrance. How did he get a skill like that? As he cannot tell them about his regression, he tell them it was his awakening skill. The leader shouted at him, how can he awaken this skill? The leader tell him to don't avoid his question, and he was sure it's not the god insanely luck, and got a diamond rank artifact or something even higher. Shin tell him to check his sword. If he wanted to know, he checked the sword details and it was normal greatsword. He has confirmed the skill is not from any artifact, but Shin own skill. He thought it'd been 2 years for going into dungeon, but even he don't have a skill as good as that, despite being level 50. The man shouted the leader, he has found the middle boss. The player asked the leader what to do. As he was upset about the skill, he replied, let's get going. As the party was going ahead, the leader tells Shin to thank for taking care of the minions, but his skill is not going to work against the middle boss. Shin was smiling. He has almost forgot why have he joined this party. He tell the leader if he kill the middle boss on his own, can he take his artifacts? That is the reward for killing it. This party pays people according to their performance. With this, the episode has ended. See you all in next episode. Thanks for watching my videos. Please like and subscribe to my channel.